All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. And peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that's laboring this word in true sincerity. Our Lord in this video can be edifying, and I think of the title at the end of the video, but pretty much what you're looking at right now is an article. It says Trump surging hundreds of federal law enforcement to Chicago as part of Operation Legend. Okay. And I'm going to read some of this article. But pretty much what Esau is doing, he's preparing to move on you 2/3. Which the agenda of these elites, which we understand they want to cut the population down to 500 million. But ultimately, they want to get rid of us as a nation, because the elites, they know who we are. They know that we are the descendants of Jacob. They know that we are the true Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? And he sees that prophecy is coming to pass. The prophets are here, and he see that his end is coming. So what he's getting ready to do is come down with great wrath. But ultimately, this is the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that's coming upon you 2/3. Okay? Which, before I read this article, let me read this. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Because 2/3 of our people is according to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8 and down, 2/3 of our people is going to die. And only 1/3 is going to be saved. Okay? It's going to be way more Israelites that's going to die, way more than how many Israelites, men, women, and children, that's going to be saved. It says, like, as a wave is greater than a drop. Okay? And the reason why is because you 2/3, you're not hearkening unto your power. He has his prophets out here teaching, and you're not accepting and coming back to your power. You still want to serve Esau and be in this folly. So therefore, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to take you out. Okay? And Esau is preparing, man. He's preparing to use that sword on you, Jakes. Okay? But it says President Donald Trump has announced the deployment of hundreds of federal law enforcement officers to Chicago as part of Operation Legend, a federal crackdown on violent crime in the U.S. See, Esau is trying to make it seem like he's the good guy, because he's the devil. Okay, and the devil is very deceptive, which really he wants to get you, Jakes, because he know who you are, and you're a threat to his new world order. But he's going to use this to play it off. Okay? But anyway, reading on, it says the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Marshals, and other federal agencies will be sending officers to Chicago, the president announced, noting that more than 400 people have been killed in the city just this year and over 1,000 injured in shootings. We will not stand by and watch it happen, Trump said. Americans of all races and in all postal codes deserve to live in safety, and no matter should ever... Oh, Salaka. It says, and no mother should ever have to cradle her dead child in her arms simply because politicians refuse to do what is necessary to secure their neighborhood and secure their city, Trump said. It says Operation Legend is a Department of Justice undertaking named after Legend Taliaferro, a 4-year-old boy murdered earlier this month when someone shot up his house in Kansas City, Missouri. His family was in attendance at the White House event on Wednesday. Okay, and jumping down, well, it says the operation initially focused on Kansas City, but has since been expanded to Chicago Illinois, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. Attorney General William Barr has offered rewards for information leading to the arrest of Taliaferro's killer, as well as those of other children murdered in recent shootings. It says violent crime has risen sharply over the last 2 months across major U.S. cities as protesters outraged by the killing of George Floyd, an Israelite man in Minnesota, demanded to defund the police in response. So pretty much, we'll see where this goes, but this is going to lead up to Esau gunning down you 2/3. And like I said, that's the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because he said he's going to start at his house first. And what he mean by starting at his house, meaning he's going to bring judgment, which he's going to say it. But this is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Which was the house of the Most High? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the people. You are the biblical Israelites. Okay? That's why it says in Amos, the 3rd chapter, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore will I judge you. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay? And who is he going to use to bring this judgment? He's going to use Esau, man. He's going to put the spirit on Esau. Like it says in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none. He's going to put a spirit on these UN soldiers because martial law is going to be declared, which that's what everything is going to lead up to. Everything is going to lead up to martial law. All right, they're going to declare the U.S. as a war zone. Okay, and that's going to all lead up to 2/3 getting judged, man, getting slaughtered by the sword. Okay, it says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, that's why we read in Esdras, it said there be many more which shall perish than those which shall be saved, man. And all these prophecies is getting ready to come to pass. Brothers have been speaking on this, but it's getting ready to play out. It's getting ready to play out, man. Lord willing soon, because 2/3 they have to go before we can get to the kingdom. Man, because like Apostle Tahar always say, the prophecies is in an order. One thing has to happen before the next thing can happen. So before we get to the kingdom, 2/3 of our people, that judgment got to come to pass. And like the apostles was speaking, he put up Apostle Tahar put up a video from 2016 when it was on 34th and 7th. And pretty much they was going into how when all hell break loose, you Jake's going to seek the Lord, but he's not going to hear you, man. That's going to happen. Because as soon as this judgment come, you're going to think about the men of the Lord that was telling you that this was going to happen, and you didn't listen, and it's going to be too late for you. It's going to be too late for you. Esau is preparing, man. He's preparing to bring that sword. Like it says in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, he cometh with great wrath because he knoweth that he have but a short time. These devils are preparing, man. While you Jakes is shooting each other, killing each other, robbing each other, rapping, doing folly, your enemy is preparing to slaughter you. All right? But Lord willing, this video is edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.